First of all, I want to say, looking sharp, man. That's beautiful. What is that, velvet? Sorry, folks always told me to start my emceeing with a joke, you know, to help me feel better. So thanks everyone for coming to celebrate my brother William. Or as you know, folks, you know, when he was born, everybody knew there was going to be something different about him. You may have noticed today, if you didn't already know, he was born on 7/7/77. He was 7 pounds, 7 ounces. He was the 7th grandchild. You knew he was going to be different just from that alone. We knew there was some kind of luck involved with having Pogues in our family. And now we know that luck was for all of us. Because everyone in this room was lucky to have him touch our lives. So I have to read this. Pogue knows I don't put out a script. It's natural to sit here and ask why my brother had to go through this. It's natural to question his passing. Several years ago, I read something about God's flower bed, and it said that he sometimes picks the most beautiful of flowers to be by his side, even though they may be picked too soon. And that's what I believe, that God chose Pogue to be with him because of how beautiful his spirit is. He was the most beautiful flower out of all of us. A lot of us are probably thinking, God, I wish I could have spent more time with him. A lot of people have told me if I only knew how bad it was, I would have come visit more. That's human. We walk around with a semblance of invincibility, with no real view of our mortality. But Pogue had a different perspective. He valued his time. He knew how precious his time on this earth was. And for that reason, he was great at keeping in touch with his friends and family. Your presence here is the evidence of that. He always gave his best to his friends and family. He supported you no matter what. Everybody thought it was gay when I did pageants. I wasn't in them. But Pogue was the one who said, hey, Kriwar, I'll go with you, man. Later on, I found out I just wanted to check out girls. When I started singing, bro, you're not good, man. Try this one. Maybe this one will make you sound so bad. We were supported. All of you know how, all my cousins know how that is. He tried to go to all of your stuff. Whether he knew about it or not, he knew he would talk you up. He was there for his friends and family. I like to believe that certain people are put on this earth to make a difference. Those people were hand-chosen and given the strength, the talent, the personality, the charm, the unselfishness, the conviction, the intelligence, and they are forced to endure trials and tribulations for the sake of others. And Pogue was one of those people. Through his death, and more importantly, through the way he lived his life and weathered this disease, he taught us that no matter what, you can be strong and be there for your family and friends, even in the face of something as terrible as cancer. He showed us what strength is. He never let it change what he wanted to accomplish in life. He lived life on his own terms. He succeeded where others would have given up. Even through his last days, he never complained. He was strong. No one could have endured for 10 years the way he did. He never let anyone see his pain. He never wanted to be a burden. He didn't want anybody to feel sad for him, so nobody could cry in his room. All he was ever worried about was other people. The day before he died, I was just sitting there with him, and he could barely talk at that point. But all of a sudden he woke up and he looked at me with a clear voice and said, Kriwar, there's nothing left to do, right? And I said, no, Pogue, you took care of all of us, bro. And he said, okay. He said, all right. And then after his passing, I heard my cousin say to him, you were the best of all of us. And it was so true. And by living his life, he gave us all an image of how to be a man, how to be a father, how to be a brother, a friend, a cousin, son, husband, and in general, just how to be a great person. He was strong in his convictions and beliefs, and he would let you know that. It rubbed some people the wrong way at times, but that was Pogue. You had to respect him. even if you didn't agree, because he believed in what he believed. He made decisions on what he believed and not what was popular. He set his goals and achieved them. He was successful at work. He had a home. He married Miss Gentry. They had their twins, David and Danica. And Jasmine shared with me that that's what he thought he considered to be his greatest accomplishment of all. He was happy in life. You all know he loved music, Boys to Men, Temptations. He started the Fort Ritchie dance machine. He loved wrestling, basketball, the 76ers. No one else knew why. Iverson, the Chargers. Muffin he was the only one who would hug Muffin. He liked Philly cheesesteaks, but only if they were green. Hooters, Popeyes, the Cosby Show, and making jokes. And most of all, he loved going to his family parties and supporting his friends and family. He was a magnet. People were drawn to him and wanted to be around him. He was a trendsetter. He started the Nocon edition tradition. Now we can't have a major event without hearing something from New Edition. WrestleMania was always at his house. We were always at his house for Charger games and for basketball. Whatever Polks did was automatically cool. From New Edition to Coming to America, from Christina Aguilera to Alicia Keys, the music he listened to became the soundtrack of our lives and our family. Whatever he was interested in quickly caught on with the people around him. He was that infectious. People always invited him to everything because with Pogi there, the day was a bit brighter, the party was a bit more fun, and now heaven is even a better place. Everyone knows our four brothers. All the calls and visits this week taught me that folks had more than just us three. A lot of people considered him their brother. That's the difference he made in life. He had an uncanny knack for making you feel comfortable the moment you met him because he knew you would be a good friend. So from that moment forward, you were family to him. You know, Pogs was forced to grow up rather quickly once he was diagnosed. He carried himself with an air of dignity and pride through his entire career. He was the epitome of his name, Will. He had the will to win against this disease. He had the will to never let up. His will kept him going and helped him succeed and give him the maturity he needed to fight. A lot of times, people even thought he was older than me because of his maturity. And a lot of us still look at him as our older brother. So for that, thanks, folks. So now that he's gone, please don't be sad. He wouldn't want that. He doesn't feel the pain anymore. And he went on his own terms. So there is no reason to be sad. We need to give him our best, because that's what he did for us. Over the past week and over the past months, people have always been saying, let us know if there's anything you can do. So I'm going to tell you right now what you can do. The first one is easy. Always remember Pogi. However you can. Let him live in your memories and in our hearts. There are people that come and go in our lives. There are those that we lose touch with. But Pogs was the type of person that would make sure he stayed in touch somehow. Even if you hadn't spoken in a while, it's like you never missed a beat. So stay in touch with his spirit to honor him. Secondly, tomorrow at Mass, sing out and sing loud. If you're singing poorly, Pogi will tell you. But he loved music. I know it'll make him smile when he can hear all of us from heaven singing the hymns at church tomorrow. And finally, honor him by understanding and remembering what his life taught us. Give your best to your friends and family. Always be strong. Live life on your terms and value the time each of you has with each other. Folks, I love you. I'm going to miss you every day. And like Lance said, you really are the best of us. Sorry I talked so long, folks. I'll shut up now.